Good evening, this is Primetime and Independent Thinker, streaming from the great studios of 97 Thompson Boulevard. Tonight, boy, what I'm digger this week was in reference to social media, boy, the Grand Bahama Port Authority and the rumbling in the FNM takes center stage. So tonight, like I said, I did some research on the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and I'm in possession of the statute law of the Bahamas, revised chapter 244. I'm also in possession of the revised 1987, the Grand Bahama Port Authority Hospital Agreement. I'm also in possession of the report of the Royal Commission of the Hawksbill Creek Agreement. Also the report of the Royal Commission appointed, Hawksbill Creek Agreement appointed by the government, and also a recommendation report that was done by a few great gentlemen. This was that was prepared as a result of request from the PLP, former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry Gladstone Christie. So I just got to touch on the service on certain things in reference to the Grand Bahama Port Authority. I'm supposed to receive a call in a few minutes, and then I open up the lines from Grand Bahama, from C. Allen Johnson. He lives in Grand Bahama. He's the heirs and knows of Independent Prime Time in Grand Bahama. He's gonna give his view on about 5 minutes. In about 5 minutes time, I'm gonna open the line so he could call in and give us his view on what's happening with the situation with the Grand Bahama Port Authority. But I have to create a thesis on the information, because some of the information as a result of amended, revised, different report that was prepared for the Grand Bahama Port Authority. So tonight I will only touch on different issues of the limited information until I has completed preparing a document for a show. Because for all the years I continuously talk about Grand Bahama Port Authority and give my personal, professional view, but now, since it's on the burner, I must ask the question: is now the time to end that saga in Grand Bahama? I think the time has come. My personal, humble opinion. We have one of the former Minister of State of Finance in the chair next week Thursday. He's confirmed for next week Thursday. The Honorable Kwesi Thompson. He's supposed to be in the chair next week Thursday, right here on Prime Time for his first time, 1197. Next week Thursday, he's supposed to be in the chair, and we'll go more in depth of the mandate, purpose, and the works of the Grand Bahama Port Authority. He's a representative for Grand Bahama. He lives in Grand Bahama, so he'll be well voiced, and I'll be prepared with the information to back it up when you arrive. But our sponsors tonight, our banner sponsor, the City of Hope, the former Cancer Society of America. That's the City of Hope, the former Cancer Society. That's our banner sponsor for Prime Time and Independent Thinker. We're also sponsored by Global Insurance. That's Tina and crew of Sandy Port for all your insurance need, marine, residential, business, personal, family, whatever. You want to insure your husband? Listen. Go down to Tina and tell her, listen, I need this husband who be speeding and who do all this hard work on them boating. Listen, I need to get him insured for $2 million or $3 million, whatever you need. Because your husband, you don't want to, when your husband, something happen to him and then you stop trying to pay all the mortgage and all these bills and stuff. So go get him insured. Or if you get a tricky wife who always can answer the phone, go and get insured. Go down there and see Tina at Global Insurance. You know they are a subsidiary of my producer with stuff. It's a subsidiary of Nagico Insurance. You know Nagico Insurance is right there on Shirley Street. On Shirley Street at not Shirley Street, on Markey Street. Right off Shirley Street, right next to the Salvation Army. Nagico Insurance. That's a global is the underwriter for Nagico Insurance. You also sponsored by Dr. Payne's Barbershop. If you need a perfect cut, you have some event. You know, Regatta starts, I think, this week or next week. Regatta starts in Family Island. You want to go to Regatta, get a perfect cut. Dr. P's from Exuma. We got a perfect cut. Go down there and see Dr. P on Robinson Road after you pass Superwash. I don't mind plugging them in. That's the former minister Denise Yuli Aguilar. As you pass Superwash headed east, you will see Dr. P's barber shop. Listen, clean, perfect cut. I never heard one person for the years I've been going there ever complain about bumps as a result of a cut from Dr. P's barbershop. The P stand for perfect. And Bahamas landscaping and garbage collection, you need a dumpster for 2 days. Listen, $99. All them old fridge, stove, settee, mattress, them coconut limb and branches, and then you get a pile up with a fire hazard. Listen, call for dumpster 376-2301. 376-2301. So also sponsored by Bahamas Carnival Association. The road march 2024. Go visit bahamascarnival.com, or you could give Mr. Torelli a call at 242-0632. That's 242-0632 if you interested in the carnival being a part and you want to have a stall or whatever. I don't understand. I mean, whatever you have in mind in reference to Bahamas Carnival, give this number a call, 424-0632. 424-0632, Bahamas Carnival Association. They're one of our sponsors tonight. And Judy's Bread Shop, from the pond to your hand. Freshly baked bread, East Street and Lucky Yard Corner. Pay a visit. Just follow the scent. The aroma will carry you directly to the bakery. There ain't no bakery. There's no bread with ship on the boat. You don't know when they bake. You don't know how they travel. Have to be checked by immigration and custom. These bread are baked freshly while people waiting at the window. Guaranteed from the pond to your hand. Tonight, my good friends in studio with me tonight, because we got plenty of things to talk about. I have Dario Torelli in the chair with me tonight, and I'm waiting on a call from C. Allen Johnson. That's 326-8255, 326-8255, 322-5477. Be a part of the conversation. They always stop me on the road, in this food store, on the dock. Everybody saying, independent thing and this and that. Man, listen, call the show. This, the Bahamas is all our own, right? You can't, listen, what you scared for? I ain't scared. I've been here 14 years. I getting ready to winding down. I'm winding down to come off there soon. You understand? So you all stop. I mean, listen, I ain't that you stop, but listen, don't be afraid. The phone ain't gonna bite you. The radio ain't cause you get pregnant. Call the radio. 326-8255, 322-5477, 322-5477. Be a part of the conversation and dialogue in your country. Listen, Bahamas, this ain't only me one Bahamas. This ain't only Dario Torelli Bahamas. This ain't only my producer Bahamas. This is all our country. And if you don't want to be a part of the conversation, don't blame me. I sleep well, very well. I sleep hard and snore. Why? Because I'm comfortable with myself for trying my best. Matters make no difference if it don't happen what I want, but at least I try. Right. Good evening, Mr. Dario Torelli. How you doing?
Pleasant good evening, Marlon, and thank you for the invite and pleasant being in Bahamas.
Listen to me. Boy, plenty rumbling happening in 2 days on 2 hands. One with the Grand Bahama Port Authority and the next one with the Free National Movement. I can start with the Grand Bahama Port Authority because really, as far as I'm concerned, I'm limited with knowledge because over the years, I always, when I have a show and whenever they come up, they poke their head out, I start to make by mention of things that I believe need to happen. And I always, I don't know, I hope I'm not being unfair, but my personal humble opinion, I was always against the Hawksbill Agreement. And when the former PLP under the leadership of the Right Honorable Perry Gladstone Christie had led the PLP, I make noise on the radio hoping that he was listening and that he would not review or revise or renew the lease. I think he did a temporary lease based on my information that it was not a 25-year agreement or 50-year agreement like how it was at first. And I felt that St. Jacques was done dead. And St. George's done dead also, right? The two of both of them dead, right? I say, man, they're done dead.
The
right?
vision and dream.
The vision and they're gone. I mean, it's only the remnants of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and Bahamians ain't really benefiting. I spent 1 or 2 years at Freeport as a little boy, so I never had a chance to go there. But the Grand Bahama Port Authority ain't the Grand Bahama Port Authority when St. Jacques Haywood and St. George's was running it, right? And I think there were 2 judges who came from England, right?
You'll be surprised what else there was. Check the background. It was a
But anyhow,
great idea
Yeah.
for that point in time,
Right.
empty island
Right.
that needed
Right.
modernization.
And when I-
And many countries around the world have done that.
Right.
Now, what will be good? This should be moved from their hands. I totally agree with you. We need to cancel that. Move into a municipality that's run by a mayor. See, Grand Bahama is a perfect example of a city, a modern city. It's planned out, perfect street, land plots are good based on modern architectural design. That should be the first experiment of us having municipalities that run separate from the government. You get the federal government, and then you get each municipalities with their government elected officials, which will be the mayor, the town, city council, representative, etc., etc. That's a perfect island for us to modernize the management of this country. I love Freeport. I went to St. Vincent de Paul many years ago, and Freeport is one place I'd like to retire. I can't see me when I reach a certain age, just getting crammed up still in Nassau. I love that there, but whenever I go to Freeport, I've been looking for land last year, and that's part of my expansion and my Airbnb business. The land is inexpensive, the place is settled right, and so I would love to see this government grab this, take this, and make that a city run by itself, and then pay the taxes like how these guys were supposed to pay the tax they owe it. You see all the corruption for the last 30, 40 years? How you could get a bill that high?
That's what, see, and Mr. Dorelli, you start, you go direct into the beat. What I'm saying is, right? And based on the limited information, because both governments refuse to allow the Freedom of Information Act. The FNM create, based on my limited information, we have a appointed commissioner for the Freedom of Information Act, right?
Yes.
For the Freedom of Information Act, right? And they saying that he has a desk without even a computer on it. And he's being paid, I think he's a former judge or something, right?
Puppy show, man.
And he's being paid a salary. Yeah, I think he has a secretary and a deputy or something like that. But he even don't have a computer. Because the intention is only to fool some people that, oh yeah, we in motion getting this film. Listen to me. We are limited based on what the newspaper printed. That is that the government is demanding some $357 million, right? The Bahamian people is tired up to their nose and paying high taxes and bills in this country. People like them who done benefit from all the free land inside Freeport should never ever listen. And the people in Freeport, and they get called in and say, no man, they ain't like that. But they been complaining with the Freeport Power Company for years. The high bills they been paying in Grand Bahama and Freeport, right? For years. So, they been complaining about the services in Freeport for years, right?
No, continue.
Yeah, and so some me right? So Jack Harrison dead, who had the idea, who was one of the brainchild of the idea. St. George's and dead. So this is a perfect time, and I've been making noise from the former Prime Minister Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram. I've been every opportunity I had to speak on the Grand Bahama Port Authority. I begged them to do not renew that agreement. Man, they die, Sonny die. They go in the building. They go. Listen, the Bahamian people should be right now benefiting from tax dropping as a result of the debt going down, the stability and stuff like that, right? I mean, why in the world in 2024 we can have an argument from a private organization saying they rather go to court and they rather do this and rather do that and don't pay the government. And right now, Bahamian properties are being placed in the newspapers, right? As a result of refusal of payment of Republic tax. And you got people owing 300. That's almost $500 million.
What me say what I say every time I come on the show?
What?
Lazy, lousy, and corrupt governments. That's all it is, Like, it can't be that bill reached that height. But you will turn my light off when I put a deposit. that you hold in escrow until I die, as long as I maintain my light bill. But you got somebody could run a bill that high. Yeah, they helping employment. Yeah, they helping with the management of that city, which is shit.
They don't have to.
The second, we don't need
That's
them no more.
Right, I look at it as a government and a government.
Yes.
I look like listen. You know what shocked me when I was doing some investigation on the system of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and it came to my attention that the Grand Bahama Port Authority, based on the research, their fees, licensing fees, is more than the actual government who pays the police and the defense force and customs and all the people who keep the country stable and functioning. And their fees are more than the actual government. When part of the agreement was that they didn't have to pay real property tax for so many years, you understand?
We gave concession upon concession to foreigners almost 50 years now. Continuous concession. But you can't even get a phone call back from the minister when you're trying to set an appointment. When you apply for Crown Land, I think because my name is foreign, I have a foreign spelling name, I can't even get a call back when I apply for Crown Land. But I keep trying every year, just to see.
No, you need to go down there, trust me.
No,
I can tell you.
Let me know after the...
No, I can let you know live. No, I can let you know live. Go down there and see Mr. Lundy, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. He being one of the most functioning junior minister in the office. I don't know, because he working in the Prime Minister's office, he got to be on the board, because he been up and down. Listen, they been up and down. I watch them. I put it today. Now, the only problem I had with the Ministry of Land and Survey is that I passed them doing some site thing today. And the fellow who holding the thing, he's a Jamaican. I sure what I hear when I pass, I would turn around and do a little circle, and just pass close to him again. He's a yachty.
No, man, he might be one of them DJs who like to talk to Jamaican when they go on the mic. When they
you don't know, Mike, the thing where they're reading site when you surveying land.
He might have been excited that he have a
and then the government, there was a government white truck with a red plate. No, so they like, it's a private surveyor company.
Alright,
there's a government truck.
Yeah, but he might born here, but just have Jamaican ethnicity.
You can't have that kind of stuff you born here, man.
So he can't be working out natural.
And the fellow, listen now, it was three of them. The fellow who's holding the thing, whatever, looked like a GPS thing on top.
Yeah.
I should take the pictures. Right? He had a Jamaican slang, right? The fellow who's with him, he sound like a Bahamian. The next fellow who's sitting on the truck, he can't be Bahamian because he white.
Might be a private
he white like a Mexican or some. It's about the kind, and they're driving a red government plate truck.
Might be a consultancy company with a government plate.
A consultancy company with a government plate?
I don't know. This is Cornwall in the Bahamas, my brother.
I mean, the FNM left them there from the leave. Had to happen. But anyhow, I'll tell you this.
But,
you make the call to Mr. Lundy.
Yes.
Right? Next week. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? And you continuously call until I bring you back on the show. Because next week I'm supposed to have Crazy Thompson. So the following week, Thursday, once the next has to be, when you come and let me know, when you report to me what happened, about your
I will get my land now,
Lundy.
so when I can grow my marijuana. See, I want my land now, because they talk about land.
I want you talk what you want the land for, Mr. Relly. Because I don't want you start they plan an obstacle
against lock me. You can't criminalize me for having marijuana. And let me put my disclaimer, I don't smoke marijuana, right? You can't do that to me now, and then now for me to be able to smoke.
I see.
Only a handful of people,
man. You ain't
only a
listening.
handful of people
Mr. Relly
could get it.
You can cause him to answer you. You need to speak to Mr. Lundy.
Right.
Off
I want him to grow onions.
Yeah, I don't want you to talk on air what you want to listen.
I'll grow onions and die.
Onions die. I want you to please call Mr. Lundy tomorrow.
And Benny.
Beginning from tomorrow on until I bring you back to the show.
Alright.
Then we report.
Start all over again.
I guarantee you. I start off. I put myself.
Start all over tomorrow.
Mr. Lundy is representing South Islanders. I'm from South Islanders.
Oh, you mean that Lundy?
Who Lundy you thought I was about? He's an officer of the Prime Minister.
I couldn't remember who Lundy was.
No, it's Lundy. It's Lundy. I think his first name was.
Yeah. Leon Lundy.
Leon Lundy?
Leon
Lundy.
Yeah.
But Leon Lundy, when you start calling from tomorrow, and I said, those people in the office of the Prime Minister, they wicked.
Alright.
They ain't got no other choice than to win.
Yeah.
It's the Prime Minister. I told you, when I started the show for years, I used to go up to Ministry of Work seeking some help for something from something from a ministry that wasn't even the present Prime Minister ministry. There was another senior ministry who refused to even answer me, or even call me back, or even check, or even respond, right? And for months, he was trying to help me. And because ministers are all equal, he was limited. And the present Prime Minister, I always said, he helped me, number one. Number two, sometimes he used to be up there 11 something in the night.
No, this is the
line is to be there.
This is the
so
most
he's working. I saw
to be in a long time. I can attest. But this is the
so
most
you get a chance to get some things done until we know who will be next, who coming up.
Yeah.
Right now, we get the best opportunity of the last 3 since Linden.
I totally agree with that.
All right, sir.
I love this Prime Minister.
Yes, sir.
I've never said it in public. I love this Prime Minister.
Yeah, we got a chance. We got an opportunity because I experienced it. I tell you, people is to be there. I tell you, 11 o'clock at night, and he's to come from cabinet, come from his office, come from wherever meeting he do, and stay until he see every single person who had a number.
Yeah.
I witnessed that personally. So I sure the people who inside his office gotta wait because I know you pass time and I will get it to them.
Well, let me say this with Freeport. So let's say the government take this back over, right? Now I would hope that they don't do this what we did to Nassau. Because I took a flight from here to Trinidad on the Caribbean airline. I paid just over $500, $514. It can't be that I stop in Jamaica. I passed through all of that water to get to Trinidad. Which is only $514, but to get from here to Miami is $350. So hopefully this public partnership, PPP, with Freeport and Exome and all of these airports, don't results that the private company is taxing so heavy, because it can be, and I think our airport fee is the highest in the region. Something gotta be wrong.
By you saying that, I must say this.
When we own the land,
I must say this, that there are still some Bahamians in this country who believe that the PLP and the FNM is different. The PLP got to do everything in their vein to resist the temptation, right?
What temptation?
I can tell you now. I can tell the Bahamian people right now. The PLP got to do everything in their vein to resist the temptation of what the FNM was doing to the Bahamian people. They were selling a soul, or try to sell every single thing that viable and profitable that the Bahamian people as a citizen had owned.
Yes.
I talked about it last week.
That's the lousy
Telco,
policies of the
that's water and sewage
of the FNM government.
What I'm saying to you, I'm trying to bring home a point. The PLP need to resist the temptation. They have a good leader. They have a man who have a heart for this country. You have to force them to resist the temptation. Because some people are preparing to create the same thing the FNM had, where they've offset and allow private businesses to create, to offer service back to the government that the government have people employed to do.
Yes.
But they take it away from the government, source it out to privately,
like the
and the government, the garbage thing is a perfect thing, you know.
Yeah.
That was a perfect example, you know. I see, so I ain't gonna call it, tonight I ain't coming for this, but I gotta say it. When the PLP was in power 2007, right? Ron Pinder was the Minister of State of Environment. I don't remember when he was on the garbage truck.
Oh yeah,
jumpsuit.
most hands on one minister there.
Right, he was on the garbage truck when they was bringing up this pilot program in the night time. Instead of picking up garbage and they blocking traffic or anything, they try to create a pilot program where garbage collection at night. All right. The government just buy some, 20 or 30 trucks, Mack trucks. When the FNM win in 2007, a few years after that, the garbage trucks end up on Cowpen Road. I don't remember that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Brand new trucks.
Yeah.
End up on Cowpen Road, right? Then they source out to these garbage companies their garbage truck to pick up the garbage.
$60,000
when you park all the millions of dollars of garbage truck was brand new with the jet punches.
Yeah.
When the PLP went in 2002. Right? They source out the private thing. Right? So what happened? All the trucks with all the money spent, the trucks are sitting there deteriorating. People thieving parts of them or moving parts of them. Because I show all of them get everything they come when they park there. It's brand new. Just like brand new 2, 3, 4 years old. Right? You could drive on Cowpen Road and see them.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
What happened to all the staff? What was the environmental who's on the garbage truck? They're right there on there, right there. Majority of them is right there on whatever Fountain Road there by the environmental building sitting down.
Yeah.
Because the job is sourced out.
Yeah.
I tell you, they make decisions, right? For these people them who can't create their own business,
Friend, family, lovers.
pass the government operated and pay private companies to do it, and the government employees and they come.
That's the fun.
You know the time ready?
Fun campaign, Marlon. That's how you fun campaign.
Yeah, I gotta bring it in.
That's how you fun campaign.
Yeah, but I'm saying you ain't no say I don't even go down that road. I'm saying
I can go.
that the
That's how you fun
PLP
campaign.
must resist the temptation. Let the FNM history, when election time, inform the Bahamian people of all the valuable, profitable assets that the Bahamian people had that they no longer control or have. Right? You have a water company called what selling water to the water company called what the water company called?
Consolidated water.
Consolidated water. You have the 51% that was for $205 million was sold for billions of dollars, right? A couple of years after. I mean, you could go on and go on, you know. I don't understand how the people in this country just sit by and just allow these things to happen. Because when you put the pension fund for Patelco workers on the treasury, it costs the debt drop billions of dollars. Yeah, I think this is Primetime and Independent. 326-8255, 326-8255, 322-54.
Oh yeah, bro.
77. We'll be back after the break. See you, Alan! After the break.